Hey you guys, this is the Logic Only Zone. This is a review of a tea. This is one of my favorite teas. This is traditional medicinals. This is their Peppermint. And I just want to talk a little bit about this product. This is actually one of my favorite teas and I drink this all the time. I also like ginger, which I'll do a video for later, and chamomile. So I just want to talk about the packaging first. The material that's used to do this packaging, it has a really nice texture to it. It feels really, really nice. Actually, just like touching the package and playing around with it is really nice. It's nice to throw a few of these in the bag or in my bag or whatever, and then have these later. And it feels really nice. It looks like it's very high quality. There's like a layer of plastic underneath this, and so it keeps whatever is inside intact. And so if this gets wet, it's not going to go all the way through. So that's the difference between this and a lot of other stuff. It has this thin plastic layer, so if it gets wet, it'll be okay. So yeah, it's an old company, so it's a very old company. You can kind of trust that there's no chemicals or anything like that. You're not going to get sick. And it's created by herbalists, I guess, and that's kind of cool if you're into that kind of a thing. And other stuff is there's no caffeine in this, which is why I drink it. I'm not good with caffeine. Caffeine and me don't mix. I get too energetic, so I don't bother with that. So yeah, besides that, pretty simple. It's very clear that all that's in here is peppermint. There's nothing else added. It just is what it is. There's 1,500 milligrams. Looking across all the other peppermint teas, there's some variation. So, it's something to consider. And it's organic, but personally I don't value something whether it's organic or not. However, considering this isn't something that I can wash, like you can get an apple. For example, I'll eat an apple that's not organic, and I'll wash it off. Any pesticides aren't going to get inside the apple. It's going to be there on the outside. You can wash it, and you don't have to worry about getting any chemicals or anything like that. But something like this, it's all broken up in little pieces, and so potentially being organic might be a benefit. But the basic idea is these are a little bit more expensive, but it really comes out in the flavor. So let's just open this and see what we got. Always opens very, very easily. And the best part is having a smell of it once you open it. It smells really good. A really good sensation. It's definitely the basic kind of thing that you get with a lot of peppermint teas is it smells and tastes like toothpaste. And this doesn't smell and taste like toothpaste to me. It's a little bit more pungent. It's a little bit more authentic. It's not like you're drinking toothpaste. And that's definitely something that you don't want to experience. You don't want to drink something you don't want to feel like you're just drinking toothpaste. And yeah, the thing that it's in is very high quality, so I'm very pleased with that. And while you're drinking it, if you want to have this out, you can smell it and get a nice whiff of peppermint, and that's something that's underrated. People don't think about. You can kind of enjoy that. So put that to the side for now. And something that's nice about this is they have these philosophical messages on their tags, which is something that I appreciate. It says, "Earth laughs and flowers." Sometimes it's a little bit more profound. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And they have their logo on this right here, as you can see. Yeah, okay. So yeah, pretty basic. Pretty basic, looks good. The actual material looks pretty good, broken up in very small pieces. And good smell. So yeah, so today I'm gonna put it in this. So I move around a lot, I travel a lot, so I don't use mugs. So I've got this nice piping hot thermos here, clean canteen, and we're going to soak that for a little bit, and I'll chat with you guys while we're soaking it. So yeah, that should take a little bit. Something that you should know about soaking your tea. So for one of these, ideally 8 ounces is best. I find that it doesn't really matter. 16 ounces is fine just for one. I think it's plenty pungent. Depends on how pungent you want your tea to be. Now, soaking it, after you soak it a bit, you want to actually take it out and squeeze it, and that kind of gets a little bit more into the drink. I feel like that adds a little bit of an extra zing, if you will, and I find that to be rather good. So I always like to snack on something a little bit while I'm having my tea as well, so I got these little elf crackers. I'll be munching on those a little bit. So, I know this is supposed to be a review, so what else can I say about this tea? I think, like I said, and you can do this little bobbing technique as well. Just go ahead and give it a little bob. Nothing wrong with bobbing the tea. A little bit of bob, never hurt nobody. So, feel free to give a little bobbing. It's like you're fishing. Little bit, it's like, yeah. I don't know if fishing has anything to do with drinking tea, but certainly the bob technique is an effective tool for the tea drinking enthusiast. Let me just say that. So yeah, it should be pretty good. By this point, it's actually probably rather mixed in there. We're probably starting to get a really fair amount of peppermint tea mixed in there. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a sip. A tip for sipping your tea, if you're not an expert, if you will, or a master at drinking hot beverages, trick is you kind of tip it slowly, and you put your lip over a little like this, and you sort of suck it in, and sucking a little bit in that way, like, kind of helps. So, and then you don't burn your tongue, okay? Because that's the idea. When you drink it in that way, you don't burn your tongue. And I like to kind of like give it a little bit of a flavor test, kind of get a little air in there and kind of mix it up. Allows you to test the bouquet of the tea, if you will. That's good. That's very good. I think we need a little bit more, so I'm going to give it a few more bobs. Now you can just put it to the side, let it sit there, let it soak in on its own. Because when I'm making the video and I'm giving you guys my attention, I think it helps to do a little bit of extra entertaining, a little bit of in and out of the tea, if you will, a little bobbing going on here. Reminds me of something. Anyway, yes, a little bit better, I'd say. Let's give that packet that I talked about earlier a nice whiff. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like having a smell of this and then a sip, I think adds a little bit of extra, it certainly adds an extra effect. Because after smelling it, you anticipate the flavor. And that's the thing. I feel like I'm drinking an herb. I feel like I'm drinking a plant. I don't feel like, in terms of the flavor, right? It's not a sort of thing where I feel like I'm drinking toothpaste, which is something that does happen with a lot of these peppermint brands. They're very toothpastey. Yeah, and that's not something. You don't want to drink toothpaste. That's disgusting. So the water's cooled down to a point where I can kind of sip a little bit more normally. And I think that we've soaked quite a bit. So let me demonstrate another trick. So, yeah. So you want to kind of like pull it over the edge a bit. You want to get some of that water to seep out. And yeah, so we got a fair amount of this water to seep out. Oh, it was rather hot, so let's kind of let it cool down. And then you want to kind of squeeze it. You want to squeeze it to kind of get a little bit extra out of there. That'll help to take that tea to the next level. Take it to the next level. To the limit. Ooh, very hot. Ooh, very hot. So be careful. Like this. Hey, don't do this if you haven't done it before. I don't want you to burn your little fingers off, okay? So bring it up to the edge and then kind of squeeze it. But you got to be careful. Let it kind of, you can give it a little bit, you can blow it a bit. Blow it a little bit. Cool that bad boy off. Yeah. Oh yeah, now we're good. Alright. And, you can put this to the side. You can use it again. You can make another cup if you like. I I live a little dangerously. I'm going to throw this away. Alright, and we read the poem, so we have the poem. You can take those little tags off and put them up on your board for a little bit of inspiration if you'd like. That's one bonus to the product. So, yeah, I'm going to give this one more smell. And, you know, eventually the smell kind of goes away a little bit, so we're going to say goodbye to that. But again, like I said, oh my goodness, it feels very nice. Ooh, yes, I do like the feel of the material. You'll find out as well. So, okay, cheers. Let's have a sip of this. Yeah, like I said, it's planty. It's planty minty. It's not toothpastey, which is very important for tea. I've had other brands and I've been very disappointed. So yeah, do I recommend this? Do I recommend this one? Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It definitely is the best tasting mint tea out there. A lot of quality things about the product. You can trust the company, it appears. They seem trustworthy, I guess. You can't exist that long if your customers don't trust your product. And the packaging is really beautiful as well. Let me show you the packaging. So yeah, here's the packaging. Yeah, it's very beautiful packaging. Yeah, and it talks about the product mostly. It's just rubbish though. Yeah, and it opens up on the side. So they tend to open up on the side. Yeah, and then yeah, they're just like this. So you guys know what to expect. Yeah, so if you're looking for an alternative to caffeinated beverages, this is a winner. And my favorite is ginger tea, which I'll be discussing next time. I like chamomile too. Chamomile actually has an extra effect of affecting your mood and relaxing you, which is very nice. So we'll talk about that another time. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I hope that if you're interested, you pick up this product. I think it's very good. Thank you.